Hello, Patricia. Let's see. We do have a small group today, but we'll give them a couple minutes to see who else can log in. I know there were some people that weren't going to be able to log in. So whoever is not able to actually be on the call, I will record it and upload it to YouTube, and we'll see if anyone else is going to join us. Might just be me and you for right now. Let's see here. Nope, we've got someone else. Okay, so we will give them maybe 2 more minutes and then we'll get started. We don't want to wait too long because Zoom will cut us off at 40 minutes, whether we're done or not. It will just end the call. So we'll give them just another minute and a half or so, and then we'll go ahead and get started. And you get me soaking wet hair. We've been doing projects all day today. Washed my hair this morning, still wet. So who's on the Galaxy S8?
Diane.
Hello, Diane.
Hello.
We have a small group today. There may only be a few of us on the phone call. That's okay. I know there's a couple that aren't going to be able to be on the call, so it will be uploaded to YouTube, and I'll send everyone the link so you can listen to it again afterwards, and all of those that can't make it will be able to listen to it. But that means you'll be able to ask more questions. It's a little harder when there's a larger group. I'm surprised we didn't have anybody today from the UK, because I try to do an afternoon session once a month for folks over. We've got a number of clients in the UK, and we usually have a number of them during the afternoon, but not today. They must be enjoying their summer. Okay, well, we will go ahead and get started. Let's see here. Okay, so we started off with aligning the skeletal structure. Got your bones in your head, your cranium aligned, aligned your spine. When I went to check the spines to make sure they were aligned, I had to go back and align them a second time, which means that I knew we were going to be doing depossessions. So they went ahead and we started off with the depossessions. They were not pleased to be removed at all, which they normally aren't. They're extremely low vibration beings that have to be removed. So they're typically furious when we go to remove them. Some of you may have been having some pain and discomfort in your body leading up to having them kicked out today, because typically they will start to show their ire with the whole process a number of days beforehand. So they'll make people sick. They'll cause them to have extreme nausea, headaches, dizziness, all types of things because they're livid, that they know that they're about to be evicted. So those of you that were experiencing those things, nice thing is that those things will be gone, as well as the residual of what these low beings cause to happen. They'll cause depression, anger, like you'll be in a happy-go-lucky normal mood and suddenly you're furious and you don't even know why. You don't know where it came from, but you're livid, you're mad at the cat, the dog, the house, everything. You're like, where the heck did this come from? Well, it's because when you have a low vibration being taking up residence in your body, they will affect your demeanor. They'll affect you physically. So you're going to notice that you're more balanced now. You don't have that. A lot of these low vibration beings, they're also very angry. They're focused on money, monetary things, materialistic things. You'll notice that that stuff's just gone. Which when looking at it, you're like, that's not me anyhow. Why have I had those focuses? And then now suddenly, I don't have those things anymore because they're now gone. So we got them out. We also removed any way that they were affecting your family, your children, those of you that are twins, affecting your twins, your home, your pets, to get them completely detached from all those areas and aspects of your life as well. When having all those connections and getting those things removed, at one point I had asked them if they had removed everything, because first we will typically have them remove it on their end, and then we go back and then do anything that we need to do to remove it. But it was interesting because in the depossessions, this is the first time that they came back and they removed a tracking device. So most of you, and the way the group healings work is anything that half or more of you have will be addressed during the group healing session. So nearly all of you had to have the depossession work done, but nearly all of you that had the depossession to be done, they had implanted a tracking device in you, and it had been implanted in your stomach area. And it was to track you, and they were saying that it was so that they could be one step ahead, so that they would know what you would be doing and things before you would get there. So when you look at it, a lot of us have big missions. We're here to help humanity. They don't want those things to happen. So if there's a track and implant device, they know what's going on, and they can try to cause issues, blocks, delays, and all of those things. Hello, Marlene. So got the tracking device out. We completed the depossession. And for a lot of you, you started moving like your neck and your back, like, oh, that feels good. It's not so uncomfortable anymore. So a lot of you were having discomfort in your back because when we did remove them, they were wrapped around your spine. And when you look at it, the chakras are all based in our spinal cord area, which are energy centers. So if they're trying to block your energy centers and suck and feed off your energy, it makes sense they're going to be wound around your spine. So we got them off, removed them. You guys were all feeling better. And it's funny because I asked you if you guys were, are you feeling better? And you're like, yeah, but you guys were like kind of surprised, like, oh, who knew that that was affecting me so much? So it was kind of shocking for you that, that this possession could be affecting you so much. Then we went and did soul contract cancellations. And that's with anyone that's had to have soul contract cancellations with you. So people that you had to have them with, people that had put the implants and attachments on you that we were going to remove, because we already did the soul contract cancellations with those that had the possessions. We went ahead and canceled those soul contracts, began the process of removing the implants and attachments that they had put on you, as well as your twin kids, family, pets, and all of that. Finish the soul contract cancellation with all of them. Then we removed the curses. A lot of you had ancestral curses, hexes going back, because we had to do like 4 layers of removals. So typically it's like 1 layer and we're done. And there were hundreds of people that shown up, even though there were only 8 of you in today's healing session. There were hundreds of people there, and we had to remove 4 layers of it. So it was pretty deep, went back quite a way. So we finally got all that done, finished with the implant removal. There were implants in your throat chakra, which affects communication, your ability to heal. A lot of you, it was physically affecting your thyroid, your respiratory system, blocking you from opening up to your feelings, opening up emotionally to others. Then there was implant in the heart chakra. So it was keeping you emotionally off balance. keeping you from having a connection with someone, that love, that compassion, but also keeping you from having compassion for yourself. A lot of you were feeling very cold because of it, not allowing others in, not forgiving others, not forgiving yourself. A number of you, it was causing you to feel as though all hope was lost, keeping you from having a positive outlook. It was affecting physically your thymus, your immune system, your endocrine system, as well as your lymphatic system. And a lot of you were having particular difficulty with the drainage on the left side of your body, which is the feminine side. So a lot of you emotionally were off balance, feminine, masculine. That feminine side was off. And also some of you, they were saying things tied to your mother. And so that was affecting the left side.
Mm-hmm.
And that block was also causing trust issues and difficulty coping with life's challenges. So for some of you, feel like running, procrastination, and we'll talk about how that was affecting just because of not wanting to cope with it, deal with it, and not even knowing where those things were coming from. Well, it was coming from the implants that were put in. Then there was solar plexus implants, which was affecting personal power, vitality, your energy, your metabolism. When you look at the excess weight, for those of you that are carrying around excess weight, it's because you're protecting yourself. When we look, if we're emotionally protecting ourselves from anything, spiritually protecting ourselves from anything, we will physically balloon up. It just happens. And we're like, like me, I barely eat, but look, I got this, blah, blah, blah. And I've lost like 20 pounds, but looking at my life physically, well, I'm still in the final battles with the Air Force and the VA. So I'm protecting myself physically, fighting, getting some national policies and things changed, but I'm still protecting myself financially, fighting with the Air Force and the VA. So when you physically look, well, I'm down 20 pounds, but I still got like 40 to go. So protecting myself physically protects my body, balloons up. So for some of you, you will notice with that implant gone, no longer feeling the need to protect yourself, the weight will start to go down. If you're noticing, okay, my gosh, Nicole, I'm still not losing weight, I've lost a little bit, well, look at what is it that you're protecting yourself from. Because like the heart implant, you're protecting yourselves emotionally. Not being able to cope with things that well, you're protecting yourself out of being hurt. So if the weight starts to come off, it's not fully coming off, okay, look at, well, what am I protecting myself from? And then when you can release that, no longer needing to protect yourself, you're like, oh, the weight just falls off. Okay. Those of you that were having that anger because of the possessions, that's going to be gone. So your stomach is going to be gone. If you were having a lot of stomach pain, you are one of the folks that needed to have a depossession today because it was really affecting a lot of you. The stomach is our home of anger. A lot of that anger that was being brought up by these beings, which are now gone, was stored in your stomach. It was also being stored in your liver for a lot of you because liver is where the anger and primal stuff is. Stomach is also worry, fear. So it's causing a lot of digestive issues, bowel issues. Then there was a sacral chakra implant, which affects emotions, relationships, sexuality, intimacy. Caused a lot of you difficulty with letting things go, which showed up as constipation problems off and on. Affected your spleen, your kidneys, your blood sugar. Some of you have had hypoglycemia because of it. Frequent colds, and your giving and receiving is off balance or has been off balance because of it. So find that you're constantly giving, no, never receiving. That's going to now start to come back into balance, and it can be vice versa. But most of you, it's giving too much and not receiving, but you'll find that'll come back into balance, which it needs to be. If you're constantly giving all the time, you'll come to resent other people and things and be just frustrated with why am I never getting anything in return? This sucks. So you'll find you have more balance now. Let's see here. Then we removed attachments. There were attachments up and down the back, the hips, the low right side, kind of in the area of the appendix. And that was due to a lot of you needing some change and being unhappy with your environment, current circumstances. There are some attachments down both legs, right and left. And then we started working on organs and such in the body. So we started working on the stomach, which again is that home of worry, fearing change, having difficulty adjusting to and digesting new ideas, new plans. A lot of you were having cramping problems because of the worry, because of stopping something in the middle of the process, and because of insecurity about the decisions that you made. So the angels are encouraging you to trust your inner guidance and follow that. Because for some, you're like trusting it and you're moving in one direction. You're like, oh gosh, no, I can't do that, can't do that. Oh my gosh, why do I got the poos? Why is my stomach killing me? Well, because you stopped in the middle of what you should have been doing. So get back on that path and continue going down that direction.
Okay.
Liver. So we start working on the liver. That's the home of anger and primal emotions. They were saying that some of you have the start of cirrhosis, which is liver disease, scarring of the liver. Can also, they say, stem from a fatty liver. So when we were clearing it, we were removing all like these lumps and bumps from it.
Oh, wow.
And got to see it turn from this grayish brown color back into a fleshy, healthy color when we were done. So for some of you, because of it, you were having fatigue and weakness, they were saying. So you notice that's gone now. We worked on your gallbladder, your pancreas, your spleen, your adrenal glands. Now, when we were working on your adrenal glands, I heard a couple of you scream, like with frustration. When you look at how the body works, if our cortisol levels are off and we're constantly in stress mode and hyperdrive, which then stems down and causes a lot of diseases and issues, it's because of extreme stress. Frustration. So if you have been extremely stressed and frustrated and been keeping things bottled up, they're recommending take a drive out in the country somewhere and scream. Just let yourself scream. It'll make you feel better, because there's been a lot of bottled up frustration with some of you. So we physically cleared it out of your adrenals. Now you just need to scream, let it go. Because if we don't feel it, we don't heal it. So if that frustration's still in there, just let yourself go and scream. Most of us don't want to do it in the house. We don't want our neighbors to hear. So just take a drive. No one needs to know. You'll feel a lot better afterwards. Worked on your appendix, your kidneys, your lymph nodes. Particularly the left side was a little bit more clogged, and that's again due to not opening up to your feelings, that feminine side. Again, some of you mother unresolved issues, things there. They do want forgiveness letters to be done. We'll cover that shortly. We cut cords, opened up all your chakras, and let's see here. So a large number of you were having headaches. You'll notice that those are gone. You've been having headaches because of being too hard on yourself, putting too much stress on yourself, as well as for some of you, it was due to procrastination, putting things off, running, ignoring things. But again, that was difficulty dealing with things, dealing with difficult circumstances. You'll notice your stress is gone, and that's due to working too much, putting too much on yourself, not allowing yourself to have the time to enjoy life. Those of you with high blood pressure, you're going to notice that your blood pressure is starting to go down. They're saying, especially if you also go let yourself have a good scream or a good cry. But that's because you've been feeling as though you have to live up to the expectation of others. And for some, it's also long-standing unresolved emotional issues, which your letters are going to help with. Back and neck pain. So the neck pain for a number of you is stemming from inflexibility, a conflict between your head and your heart, difficulty making decisions, feeling disgusted, upset with your body, helplessness, and not expressing your feelings. The lower back pain due to financial concerns, feeling overloaded, and fear of the future. Mid back pain was due to guilt, anger, stress, worry, doubt, anxiety, and two other family issues and wanting to back out of a situation and or relationship that you're in. And then the upper back pain was because of feeling unsupported, feeling unloved, conflicts, frustration, and withholding love. They were saying a number of you have been battling depression, but you didn't want to talk about it in your forms that you filled out, but you have been dealing with that. You'll notice that it's gone now, and that's been stemming because of holding yourself back out of fear. They were saying fainting, dizziness. So for some of you, it has been because of the energy that's been coming in, but it has been tied to those depossession things. But those things, the depossessions and such that we did and the implants, it was making it difficult for you to cope with what was at hand and escapism, so not wanting to deal with it. But again, that's not you. It's because of what was doing the possession and the implants that we had to remove. So if you've been having the fainted dizziness going on, you should notice that that's going to be cleared up now as well. Constipation should be cleared up. That's again tied to procrastination, inability to let go. And then they were saying that there's, for a number of you, been knee problems, leg problems, and ankle problems. Knee problems tied to pride and how easily we allow ourselves to bend and go with the flow. Weakness of the knees, feeling as though we're too weak to deal with life's challenges. So now you're going to step into your power, and you're going to be like, I've got it now. I'm going to handle this. There's nothing blocking me anymore. Legs, they were saying some of you are having like a heavy feeling in your legs. And our legs represent our ability to move forward. And some of you, the weakness was due to a low self-image, difficulty, or feeling as though you have a difficult time standing on your own, feeling as though you need help from others. And then the ankles represent our acceptance of deserving fun and pleasure. So you've been having ankle problems because of not being able to enjoy the pleasures in life, the joy of life. So they want you to start having fun every day. They said every day for the next 2 weeks, make sure that you're doing something fun. It doesn't have to be something lengthy. You don't have to take yourself to a big movie, comedy show. Just do something funny. You can dance and sing in the shower, do something to make yourself laugh, jump in a puddle, dance with your dogs, whatever it is that you need to do to just do something lighthearted and fun every day for a few minutes. If you can tonight, if not tonight, do it tomorrow. Take an Epsom salt bath. Okay, so for someone of you who doesn't have the ability to take an actual Epsom salt bath. So what you can do is if you have a salt lamp, turn your salt lamp on. That'll change the ions in the air. Or you can do soak your feet in warm water with Epsom salt, because it's going to pull out physical toxins. It's also going to pull out emotional toxins. You'll probably find that you start to cry. So if you have other people in the house, just turn on some music when you go to soak in the tub, so that way you can cry and no one's going to hear you. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water for the next 2 weeks, because although we physically worked on everything today, physically your body's going to be releasing toxins and all that stuff for the next 2 weeks. So to help your body flush all those things out, make sure you're drinking plenty of water. And every day for the next 2 weeks, do some mirror work where you just look yourself directly in the eye and you say, I love you, I love you, I love you. And just say that 3 times, because the eyes are the seat to the soul. So if we are not fully loving ourselves, and because the implants, a number of you are not fully loving yourselves. So you now need to remind yourself that I do love myself. So when you look directly in your eyes, you reprogram that. So initially you'll find out it's hard to do. You don't want to do it. You want to look away, but keep doing it. Then you're going to notice that you start to cry. Then you're going to notice that you start to feel better when you say it. And then you know you've gotten there. You finally have gotten yourself reprogrammed to remember that you love yourself. Now, forgiveness letters. They're encouraging you to all do forgiveness letters to your mother, your father, any sexually intimate partner that you have been involved with. They're saying any partner that has sexually been with intimately. Doesn't mean anybody you've ever had a date with. So, and then yourself, write a forgiveness letter to yourself. So they're all very similar. So like when you write your letter to mom and dad, for mom and dad, you write the good, bad, and the ugly about your relationship. So mom, you did this, really upset me. I liked it that one time you did this, but you know, you really made me mad. Anything that just starts coming, just write it down. It may take you a week to write your full letter. Then you're going to write about how mom's relationship with dad made you feel. And then if mom had relationships with anyone else, how her relationships with other people made you feel. And then you'll do your closing. You do the same thing with dad. Good, bad, and ugly with dad. How's the relationship with mom made you feel? How's the relationship with other women made you feel? And then you close it. You'll find that that's going to release a lot of things that are causing blocks with relationships. You're also going to be able to identify, oh, that's why I do the things that I do in relationships. That's why I push them away, because I don't want to relive this. And that's going to help you release those things. Now, at the bottom of both those letters, you'll put, I want to thank you for the gifts you have given me to make me into the magnificent woman I am. I love you, and I apologize for not always accepting you exactly how you are. If they've passed away, then you would say exactly how you were. And then you're going to read the letter out loud. You're going to rip it, you'll burn it, and you'll dump the ashes. And you'll do similar thing to any lovers that you have been with. And it's going to be, I want to thank you for the gifts you have given me to make me into the magnificent woman I am. I love you, and I apologize for not accepting you exactly as you were and your decisions in our relationship. I release you. And then same thing, rip it, burn it, and then write one to yourself. And similar thing at the bottom. You can make me the magnificent woman I am. I forgive you. I love you. Similar closure. And so they're encouraging you to do those things, and that way you will be ready for love. And then for some of you, they were okay, so they're saying nearly all of you. Okay, they're saying all of you will be able to come up with a list of things to release. It doesn't have to be a letter, it can just be a list. Like, I have been real frustrated with work, or my children, or my spouse, or man, I am worrying nonstop. So for those of you that, have had starting to make a decision, then thinking, oh my gosh, I made the wrong decision, put a list together. Today I'm letting go of worry, fear, frustration, anger, whatever it is that you need to let go of. You'll do a similar thing like the letters. You just pray, God, Jesus, angels, help me let this go. I'm letting go of fear. I'm letting go of worry. I'm letting go of frustration, anger. Rip it, burn it, dump the ashes. And you'll find that that's powerful of helping you let those things go. So, and that's also helping you take back your power. So that you're doing that. And that's it. That was the last of the homework. So how are you ladies feeling? Did you have any sensations? Anything come up? Yes. So what happened?
Just my body was vibrating pretty high, and I had to lay down. That's why I came in late to the meeting, because I was really sleepy.
Okay.
And I'm still sleepy.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's not as bad, but it was just shaky. Like when you're asleep and then you have to wake up, like they scare you to wake up. That sensation afterwards, that's how it was, but it was pretty strong.
Okay, pretty intense.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably why they started to have you go to sleep, because when there's a lot of work being done, they want us to sleep because it makes it easier for us to have that healing occur.
Oh, okay.
So
Awesome.
that's awesome. That means they were doing a lot of stuff.
Thank you so much.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else have any sensations they want to share?
I also fell asleep.
Okay.
I wasn't planning on taking a nap, but I was late to the meeting as well. I'm like, oh no, I'm missing it, but had a good nap, and happy that this is being recorded so I could, I guess, go back. You're going to send us a link to the recording so we can go back and see what I missed.
Yes. Well, I'm glad you got here. And I'm glad they helped you sleep through it too. It's funny when they were doing, because they've been doing healing on my physical body. Because when you get thrown over 60 feet by a rocket, you're going to have some health problems from it. But so they've been slowly working, because I should be paralyzed from the neck down, but praise God I'm not. But there's been a lot of stuff they've had to work on me. And they do a lot of that while I'm sleeping. And there have been a number of times that they're like, okay, so tomorrow night we're going to be working on your spine. And I'm like, oh, because there's a part where my spinal cord has been almost severed through. And they're like, okay, tomorrow night we're working on your spine. I'm like, okay. Because, there's already tons of back pain, right? I'm like, oh gosh, what are you going to do? And they're like, don't worry, we're going to have you sleep. And I'm like, really? Because I've been having problems sleeping lately. And they're like, don't worry, we're going to put you out. And sure enough, it'll be like 8 o'clock. And they're like, well, you're going to need to go to sleep in the next 30 minutes. I'm like, 8:30, how am I going to go to sleep at 8:30? They're like, don't worry, just put on your pajamas, brush your teeth. We're going to take care of the rest. I'll go upstairs, brush my teeth, lay in bed, and I'm out. And I'm a person that will get up and go to the ladies' room all night long. And the nights that they have put me out so they can work on me, it is like they give me a tranquilizer. I don't wake up until 8, 9 o'clock the next morning when they are fully done. So when they're doing a lot of intense healing, they will put us out.
Okay. Okay.
So you'll probably find you sleep well tonight too.
They'll
be continuing to do some tweaks.
Yeah.
And they're saying you'll be continuing to reintegrate the work that's been done.
Okay.
Recalibrating too.
Okay.
Yeah. So anything else? You guys are an easy crew. Any questions?
I do. I have a question with the when you were saying I think it was the spleen.
Yes.
think it was the spleen or the liver. I'm not sure, but you were what was it exactly that was going on with the I'm not sure if it was the liver or the spleen.
The liver. That was the one where they were saying there was cirrhosis. cirrhosis of the liver.
Mm.
And they were saying it's like scarring that occurs in the liver. And it can be
Oh,
from
okay.
liver disease. They're saying it could also, because I guess some people get it from over drinking, hepatitis. They're saying hepatitis too causes it.
Oh, wow.
But they were saying for some it's also caused by a fatty liver disease.
Okay.
But it's scarring of the liver. And the way, when they were talking about it, they showed me the liver had all these little bumps all over it.
Mm.
So we had to remove these bumps, and then there were like some big chunks of things that had to be removed from it. And then we continued filling it with light and doing what we do. We're working on organs. And then it turned from that brownish gray color. Eventually, once we got all those lumps and bumps and things removed and finished working on it, it was a healthy color again, fleshy.
Mm.
So the cirrhosis, the scarring, all that stuff is gone.
Okay.
But for those of you that were experienced it, they were saying it was affecting some of you with like fatigue and weakness.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, so you have to let me know how you're feeling about 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, I will.
Any more questions?
I wanted to know how this impacted our twin flames.
Oh, well, they received the same stuff that you guys did. And they were saying a number of them were having the liver issues. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So when it gets worked on for you, it gets worked on for them. And they were there as well. So,
Fantastic.
Mm.
Thank you.
and it's interesting how they do it because, like I said, if half or more of you have something, they will address it. And every time I do a group healing, there's always something different that's worked on. Like I've had some where there's kidney problems, kidney diseases. I've had some where there's reproductive. I was in New York and I did a group healing session. They were having a bunch of reproductive issues because they had vows of chastity from past lives where they were nuns and priests. Then I had the most recent group healing that I did had a lot of teenagers in it. What's my laptop doing? Okay, there we go. Mercury retrograde. And so there were a number of the parents that were in the group healing session a few days before that had their children included. Now their children weren't there, but there were a lot of teenagers. So a lot of depression and anxiety and things came up. And it was interesting because then the next day, the grandmother one had her and she was like, "Oh, how you doing?" She's like, "Oh, I'm good. Mommy said I had a healing done yesterday." And she's like, "Oh, really? Well, how are you doing? How you feeling?" She's like, "Well, Grandma, I feel better." And she's 16. "I feel better than I have in a long time. Like I haven't been happy in like since a couple years ago, but I'm happy again." So it's
Wow.
always something different with each group. So
Wow.
I mean, it's the basic of everyone, but not every group has depossessions. Every group will have attachments and implants removed. They're always in different areas. They affect people differently. There's always any curses, hexes removed. We also open and clear all the chakras and cut all the cords, but then there's differences from there. Depend upon what the group has going on. And then if the group has twins, also what the twins got going on.
Okay.
So, yeah.
In the I'm sorry, in the beginning, like, because I kind of entered late, was there any of those, because I had a partial hysterectomy back in like 2012, and for some reason, like, I still get all of the symptoms of everything, with the exception of the flowing. But lately, these past 2 years, it's been weird. It's been really weird. So I was just wondering, was there anything in, having to do with the reproductive system that I probably missed or something?
Well, we did not work physically on the reproductive system with today's group. We did, however, remove the sacral chakra implant. And when there are things tied to the reproductive system, it's due to a sacral chakra implant. So, but because this group didn't half or more have that, we didn't work on the actual feminine organs. So you should notice some improvement. Now, if you're noticing you're still having issues with that, then we can get you scheduled for a personal session.
Okay.
Which won't be too long because it'll just be focusing on that. But you should notice improvement because you did have you're one of the people that had an implant in your sacral.
Oh my God, really? Wow.
Yeah. Which when you look at it, they put those things in us. Typically, they'll put implants in anywhere from when we're 3-4 years old up until typically our mid-teens. Sometimes they'll go as late as the early 20s, but they typically get them in no later than early teens because they want us to block us somehow. So
Wow. So when you refer like implants, like what is that exactly? Like, like I'm trying to I'm trying to like picture it.
well, if you look at implants versus attachments, you can get an attachment. Like implants are more of a permanent nature. Like they have physically implanted something in your body to block
Oh,
you.
wow.
Now it'll present itself different shapes and different ways depending upon how deeply, like sometimes they'll have hooks on them and things. So it makes it a little bit difficult to get them out. We'll have to unlock them, twist them sometimes. So it depends on how they put it in there.
Wow.
But they will implant them intentionally to cause blocks. Whereas an attachment is you can just go out to a concert and you can get, if you've not asked for protection and protected yourself, maybe put your black tourmaline in your pocket and you just go in. The next day you're having pain on your side and pain in your neck and pain in your right hip. Well, you've now got attachments. And what they'll often present themselves as is they look kind of like burrs because it's just emotional. It's just a spiritual attachment. Those things are much easier and faster to get off. Like if somebody's praying and they're asking for attachments and implants to be removed, typically attachments are going to be removed, not always implants, unless they are knowing specific. Now we pray and ask for things. If we're asking for a specific thing, they'll take care of it. But implants are a little bit more permanent. Attachments we'll just pick up anywhere. We can pick them up at the grocery store. We can have somebody come over to our house. Suddenly we're feeling off. It's an attachment.
Okay.
They come off much easier.
Okay, so them implants, would that be kind of like from the hexes and stuff like that, like how that like family stuff, or
yeah,
I'm trying to
low vibration beings implant them in you. So whatever those beings could be reptilians, grays, whatever they are, they will implant them in you intentionally.
Oh wow! And do we give that to our kids?
No.
Like, do they get
They're
it
put
too?
in each individual person, whereas curses and hexes are carried down through the lineage. So like curses and hexes, you can look and be like, okay, well, my great granddaddy was an alcoholic, and then my granddaddy, and then my mom, and then now my brother and my sister. And so you can see that's gone down the line, or drugs or mental health things, because those will be curses and hexes carried down your ancestral line. Whereas an implant is put in on that specific soul because they want to block you.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay.
But your implants are gone, so that's a good thing. But yeah, they put them in there intentionally.
Wow. Okay. Was that just the only one that you saw in regards to me? I'm sorry, I just want to know.
You had all 4 of them.
Oh my God.
You had the throat chakra implant, the heart chakra, solar plexus, and sacral.
Wow.
Which nearly all of you had all 4 of them. So. Yeah, but they do that. They've got all types of tricks that they do, but hey, we're moving faster than them. We're getting them out now.
Yeah, thank you so much. Wow.
Now, a lot of you, I know it's going to cut us off soon, but a lot of you do energy work, spiritual work, or even just you're around a lot of people frequently. You're sensitive to other people's energy. So start yourself a practice every night where you go and you wash your hands. You suds them up real good. You're washing your hands. You just pray. God, Jesus, Archangel Michael, cut all the cords between me and anyone that I have connected cords to, or anyone who has connected cords to me. Cut them all right now. Cut, 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 cut. Send them their energy. Bring my energy back to me. And envision that light coming back to your heart. And if you're not good envisioning, just use your hands. Breathe, pulling it back in. Because what happens is people connect cords to you. You will connect cords to people. You don't even know that you're doing it. You don't even know that they're doing it. So say you've got a best friend who's like, oh, man, Karen, she's my rock. I'm going through some crap right now. Oh, I need her. Oh, I need Karen. Oh, I wish I could be more like Karen. Suddenly that person is attached to you, Karen. And suddenly you're feeling down and you're feeling sad and you're feeling depressed. And you're like, oh, where's this heavy feeling coming from? Well, it's because they've connected to you. Or if you're thinking, man, I don't know how did mom make lasagna? Oh, she's out of town on vacation. Oh, I really wish I knew how she did that. Well, now you've connected a cord to mom. So just in daily actions, we will connect cords to people. People connect cords to us. You guys could have seen all the cords that were connected to you. You'd be like, holy moly, no wonder I'm feeling like a hot mess here. So
Wow.
just make sure every day you're cutting those cords. If you're a massage therapist, you're connecting cords to every person you're working on.
Oh,
So
wow.
make sure every day at the end of the day, when you're brushing your teeth and going through your routine, cut all those cords. So
Okay.
that's going to help keep your energy clear.
Okay.
Okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. So we've got like a minute and a half left. Any other questions?
Any crystals you recommend for us?
Mhm.
Black tourmaline for protection and Shiva Lingam for balance.
Mm. Okay.
Have you ever seen a Shiva Lingam?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. Yeah, that'll help with your emotional balance and also help balance out your feminine and your masculine. Because we all have feminine and
Okay.
masculine. A number of you have been off balance with those. That'll help bring things back into balance.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. You can put it on a cage, wear it on a necklace, tuck it in your bra, put it on your nightstand, put it in your pillowcase. So
Okay.
I had a crystal tucked into my bra the other day. I went to try on some suits. Forgot it was in there. Blinked on the floor. I'm like, oh, this other woman in the dressing room, she probably wonders what's going on in here. Lady's losing her marbles over there. So
I've done that, but only at home. So I don't know what it'd be like to have somebody else wonder what's happening.
I know. It can get embarrassing. You're like, okay, don't worry. Nothing to see over here.
Can you roll that back to me, please?
Yes, thanks. Well, thank you, ladies. I'm actually going to be able to say goodbye before it cuts us off in the next couple seconds. I hope you all have a
Okay.
great day. I will send you the link later tonight.